Alex, how old are you?
5.
When's your birthday?
January 20th.
And what month is it right now?
October!
What are these?
Cards.
What are they of?
Presidents.
Do you like studying the presidents?
Yes.
Do you think you're good at it?
Yes.
Can you name them for me?
Yes, that little boy was me. I'm Alex Skidmore, and this is my story. As you can see, little 5-year-old me is putting away these presidents like a champ. It's strange to look back on this and think about how much changed over the course of the next year. Back then, the highlight of my days would be when my dad would come home from work in the morning, and I'd get to watch him quietly go upstairs and fall asleep. Over time, however, I noticed he was not even making it upstairs. He would walk in the door, go over and sit down on the couch, throw his head straight back, and he'd be asleep in seconds. I still remember that July morning while I was playing on the stairs. I was wondering why he wasn't home yet, but I figured maybe he just went to the store or stopped to get gas or something. But no sooner had I thought that than the phone rang.
A collision on Interstate 181 near the Gray exit brought traffic to a standstill for almost an hour this morning. Police say the driver of this Neon was traveling north on 181 when he fell asleep behind the wheel. The vehicle crossed the median, entering the southbound lane, striking a tractor-trailer. The driver was transported by Wings to Houston Valley Hospital. The driver of the tractor-trailer was not injured. The investigation into the accident continues.
Despite living in Kingsport, Dad would travel every evening to work nights at Johnson City Medical Center. On this particular morning, he was coming down Interstate 181, which is now Interstate 26. After passing the Gray exit, he fell asleep at the wheel, coming straight down this hill. He didn't turn where the road turned, ended up crossing the median and crashing into the back wheels of a semi. Wings Air Rescue was going to take him back to Johnson City, but he requested that they take him instead to Holston Valley so we would be able to visit him. My sisters and I walked around the corner where we were picked up to go see him in the hospital. He had been hit in the face with the airbag. His pelvis had been shattered, and he had fractured a femur. Several surgeries and a few skin grafts later, he was in recovery when the doctors told us they didn't think he'd be able to walk again. Despite our fears from what the doctors had told us, within a year he was walking unassisted once more. We knew it was only a matter of time before he was going to be able to go back to work. You see, my dad had been an army man. He was granted a discharge when his first wife left their kids with a babysitter while he was stationed overseas. He gained custody of them, moved to Texas, where he met my mom. They got married, put each other through school, and began careers. The first sign of trouble came when he went to help a friend with a project. The friend asked him if he had turned off the breaker. He said yes. He hadn't. We really didn't think much of it. We just continued living our lives. Despite trying to avoid it, it became apparent that there was something clearly wrong. Something in his mind. Finally, in 2006, we took a trip up to Rochester, Minnesota, so that he could be evaluated by doctors at the Mayo Clinic. After several days of testing, they came to their conclusion: Alzheimer's disease. He was only 45 years old. The news of this diagnosis was devastating. As a middle schooler at the time, dealing with this news was especially hard. I found myself feeling sad a lot, especially when I was alone, and angry whenever I would be amongst other people. But though he was to the point where he could no longer speak in complete sentences, Dad was still teaching me things. He was teaching me that no matter what's happened to you, you can't let it take away your happiness or your sense of humor. You can't let it affect how you act around your family. We also determined that his condition was not going to prevent him from going on trips with us. We went on a cruise in 2007 and then again in 2009. Though his mind was slowly going, he never lost his love of adventure or his love of socializing at parties. And if he couldn't make it somewhere, we would help him. I would help him. Though he lost his ability to speak in complete sentences, he would always find a way, if he couldn't say it, to show or to try to tell my mother how much he loved her. And to tell his family, all of us, how much he loved us too. On his 49th birthday in 2010, we had to place him in assisted living. He soon qualified for hospice and was moved to a nursing home. Once again, I felt sadness and anger. As we had to slowly watch him slip away in August of that year.
the walls between you and I.
Sometimes, no matter what you've been through, even if it's been very difficult, you have to let it go and move forward.
Started disappearing.